We are delighted to have you here at the PhilSME Business Show. This is a business podcast and vodcast dedicated to help SME business owners like you boost your business. On today's episode, we meet Ron and Joyce, two of the best voice coaches in the Philippines. Stay tuned for a few messages from the sponsors that made this episode happen.
Imagine your business not just reaching its goals, but surpassing them. With Esquire Financing, that vision is not just a possibility, it's reality. Get the cash your business needs in as fast as 3 days, making your barriers become stepping stones. Our partnership is a sure success.
Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter, the perfect HR and payroll solution for small business owners. For just 5,000 pesos per month, you'll get expert help with payroll processing, government compliance, and automated timekeeping. Simplify your HR needs with Sprout Payroll Starter today.
Welcome to this special episode of the PhilSME Business Show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Joyce.
And we are communication coaches specializing in voice.
We're talking about the business voice. The voice you use when you are presenting, negotiating, trying to connect with your client.
You know, voice is an underrated and underdeveloped tool that is very, very important, we believe, in business. And you should be able to use your voice effectively. The big problem is most people are disconnected from their voice. And so what we want to help people address is how do you reconnect to the voice so that you can use it effectively in your business dealings.
Okay, so Ron shared about the disconnect that we have with our voices. And what Ron and I have been doing for over 20 years is we have a workshop where we help people, first of all, discover, that the beautiful voice that they have inside of them. I have never, ever yet met a person with an ugly voice. Everybody has a wonderful, beautiful voice, and they just sometimes don't know how to maximize it. So we help them, first of all, to discover that voice within them. And then the second step is?
Well, we help them develop it. As Joyce was saying, most people, we like to tell them, you need to get intimate with your voice. And most people they actually don't like their voice there. They say they don't like their voice. So we help people learn to become intimate with their voice so that they can discover how to improve the way they sound or be more comfortable with their sound, or as Joyce always says, to love their voice. And we have a series of exercises. Joyce and I are actually certified vocal yoga coaches, and we use a lot of those techniques to help people reconnect to their voice, to discover it, and
to develop it.
That's right. So that's what we love to do. We've been doing it, as Joyce mentioned, for over 20 years. And, we started out as broadcasters. I started out just teaching people how to go on the radio, but we discovered that these are things that people in their everyday life can benefit from, the skills that we use as professional voiceovers or professional broadcasters.
So we have discover your voice, we have develop your voice, and then we move into the third phase, which is direct your own voice. Because a lot of people just need to know how to manage that voice. And, once you've freed it, you've discovered it, you've developed it, you've freed it, now it's time to control. Just like a wild pack of horses, paano mo irerenda yung wild pack of horses na yan, or wild herd pala of horses. So now you put in the tools that help you manage your voice, yung mga volume, intonation, pitch, stress. So kung anong word ang isa-stress mo. So we get into that phase, and then we have one final phase where we want our students to display their voices, where they get to perform and they get to present whatever it is they want to present before us, and then we coach them. So we do a lot of coaching with our students, attendees, and people who go to our workshops.
It sounds easy, but it's harder than it sounds. And once you get past it, it's actually easier than you think. Does that make sense? Let me tell you a story. When I first trained Joyce, because I trained Joyce, she thought it would be so easy. I needed to find a radio announcer to go on the air in a station that I had opened in Davao. And she volunteered. She said, I'll help you.
Yeah.
And I said, really, you'll help me? She goes, yeah, how hard can it be? All you do is turn on the microphone.
Just like hello, test, mic, 1, 2, 3. That should be easy,
and
right?
you talk. It's really easy to do. Your job is so. I said, okay, let me hear you say the name of the station and then the time. And she goes, that's it. I said, yeah, just the name of the station and the time. And she's like,
how do you want me to say it? So hard. I couldn't say it. It's easier said than done.
So most people, when you're put on the spot, you're not sure of how to use your voice. And as Joyce, this is the short form of what Joyce just said, we get you to recognize your own voice and find the best ways to use it to deliver your message. Practice using your voice and listening to your own voice. The biggest stumbling block I think most people have is they just don't listen to their own voice.
Yeah, well, there's a scientific explanation for that, and we cover that in our workshops so that people can understand why do they feel that way about their own voices. And when they know that, oh, there's an explanation for it, then they feel less insecure.
So I used to tell people that I would train for broadcasting to, you're going to hit a brick wall, but you got to learn how to break through that wall. When you break through that wall, it'll become easier.
I like that, break through the brick.
Yeah. So that's the thing. We would tell most business people who are wanting to use their own voice, and we do recommend you use your own voice because whose voice better helps you sell whatever it is you're selling? Your own voice, right? So once you break through that wall of like, ew, I don't like my voice, then and only then can you start using it to help you in the best way possible.
I think business people can also develop their own voices by attending training. Yeah. Any kind of training that involves voice. For example, acting classes. A lot of theater, especially theater acting classes, they focus a lot on voice as well, voice projection. Our workshop is another good workshop to attend. There are a lot of voice-centric workshops out there. And I think training, because that's how I got my own voice, is because you trained me, and I was traumatized. I was traumatized by a very big public speaking mistake I had made. And so the training helped me get past that.
And then finally, whenever you have the opportunity, grab it. Take the opportunity to get up and speak.
Get that mic.
Practice that crap.
And speak. Hello, hello, hello. If you already feel like you've found your voice, then what I would recommend is get into something like podcasting, okay? Because that is a wonderful platform for you to talk about what you are passionate about, if it is your business, or if it is a service that you're selling, or if it is a charity that your organization is a charity. And then I think a podcast would line up voice and your business kind of like that.
Yeah, that's right. In the old days, it wasn't easy to do that for your own business. You'd have to hire maybe an advertising company to help you produce the material. You probably want to have the best sound, so it's going to cost. But these days with the internet, it's so easy to get out there and share your own vision, your own passion, your own brand. And like Joyce said, you have the opportunity to do that. And to do it well, as we mentioned, you can do all those things we talked about earlier. But also, we don't mean for you to go out and find the voice that sounds like Ron.
Or sounds like me.
Right. We encourage you to find your own genuine voice. And when you can deliver your message about your product or your service through your own genuine voice, that's the best way to go. You don't want to run into somebody and introduce yourself as, "Hi, I'm the head of PhilSME, and I'd like to say, I'd like to invite you to their next meeting."
No. All right. Anxiety and public speaking anxiety, those topics are kind of like my specialty because as I mentioned earlier, I managed to overcome a really terrible public speaking trauma that I defined myself by for 11 years. That's too long, right? So how did I get past it? Well, first I got training. And then eventually I started developing my own system. I assume we all prepare, right? I mean, we're all going to make sure we know our material, we know our content. but you're already there, let's say at your client's office, and you're having an attack, like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. So I like to have a script, okay? Because if I lose my brain somewhere, at least I know I have a script, and I know, or my notes or my outline, I have it all there. So I'm not gonna, number one, forget anything. Number two, I have something, Ron and I have developed something called foundational breathing. And it's really simple. It helps me calm down. And I'll take you through it right now. I'll take Ron through it right now. So I want you to sit down with your ears over your shoulder, good posture. Eyes looking out at the horizon. Just pretend there's a horizon out there. And then take a deep breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you repeat this for 6 times. So you get 1 minute. Now, what's happening? Why does this breathing exercise work? It's because when your exhalations are longer than the inhalations, di ba? 4 yung inhale, pero mas mahaba yung exhale, 6 counts, you are tapping into your nervous system and you're telling it you're safe. You're okay. There's no T-Rex chasing you. You're just presenting your passion to your client. And so your blood pressure goes down, your heart rate will settle down at a slower pace, and you'll find yourself relaxing. Right? But it does take practice. So don't do this only right before your presentation, okay? One habit that a lot of us have developed, because we live in such a technologically advanced world, is breath holding. Di ba pag nagsuscroll tayo o nanonood tayo ng Netflix, hindi mo madapapansin na you're holding na pala your breath. O di kaya yung breathing mo napaka-shallow kasi you're just like that, di ba? Yung position mo pa. This promotes shallow breathing, whereas this promotes diaphragmatic breathing kasi yung posture mo maayos. So, because you get so used to shallow breathing or breath holding, what breath holding does to your nervous system is it tells you that danger, danger, there's a dinosaur chasing you, there's a saber-toothed tiger after you. So your nervous system shifts into anxious mode. So napaka-importante ng breathing mo. When you do that kind of breathing, what we like to call foundational breath, where your exhalations are longer than your inhalation, you are inducing your nervous system, you're asking it to settle down. Para naman, right, as soon as you give your client your presentation, at least you're not starting from really high and agitated, but you're starting somewhere lower where you're excited, diba? But at least you're not agitated and very, very nervous. So that's what foundational breathing is supposed to help you with. And I know I've given you a full-blown lesson here. I am so passionate about it because yung foundational breathing, I used to wake up with panic attacks in the middle of the night thinking it's normal. And then when I learned more about breathing techniques and the importance of long exhalations, unti-unting nawala yung mga panic attacks sa gabi. So ngayon, I don't have panic attacks at night. And when I do, I launch into foundational breathing until the feeling goes away. And panic attacks, usually, they go away in 20 minutes. But if you start working on foundational breathing, it'll go away faster. But again, don't do it only when you need it. Do your foundational breathing. The second you're scrolling, napansin mo, oh, I'm holding my breath. O sige, magfa-foundational breath ako. 4 counts inhale, 6 counts exhale. Do it for 6 times, which is equal to 1 minute. Do it again when you're watching Netflix and you're so excited. May patayan going on Netflix, so you do your foundational breath. If you see a nasty email from your boss and you're holding your breath again, same thing. You launch into a foundational breathing. And boy, can I talk people's ears off? Sorry.
Basically, that's true because most people think that how do I get better control of my voice? And they're just focused on this part here. Okay.
Or maybe to the diaphragm.
Joyce and I, along with other people, we believe that your voice isn't just here, it's your entire body. So in essence, when Joyce says to do it, even when you are not getting ready for a speaking engagement, you are training your body how to be more relaxed and more calm. And that's essential when you want to have more control over your voice. Right? We are wired for expression from toe to head. We are wired for expression. Our body reacts to emotion, physically speaking. We have neurons in our body that reacts to emotions. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the reaction. And ultimately, we express ourselves through our voice. So if you're really nervous, like right before a speaking engagement, it's going to show in your voice when your voice gets...
you get really breathy.
And you get, and it's shaky, right?
You take too many breaths.
Because that is what your body's not used to doing that. So as Joyce was saying, you train your body once it starts to feel that, to bring it down into what Joyce called rest and digest, so that you can be more relaxed and have better control over your voice. When we talk about voice, a lot of people think that a beautiful voice is that voice that sounds like this, and they talk about modulation and how well modulated it is. But in truth, a beautiful voice that's nice to listen to is a voice that has a good range. And I'm talking about tonal range, quality range. I'm talking about all the other factors of speech that will make you interesting to listen to. The opposite of that would be monotonous, or either a monotonous speech. Well, when I say monotonous, it could be a flat tone like this. If I was talking to you like this, and Joyce and I introduced ourselves like this, and I said, "Hi, I'm Ron, and this is Joyce."
I feel like I'm back in college.
We are, right? Okay. The other one,
the professor's talking.
The other one would be if you are talking in a repetitive pattern. Yes. It's called sing-song pattern. So, "Hi, I'm Ron.
It's the same pattern.
This is Joyce. We're your special guest here at PhilSME." And what the ear does, it stops listening to the words and it just recognizes a pattern and it shuts down.
Because it wants to relax. Patterns relax the brain.
Okay, so what you need to do is listen to yourself, as I said earlier. Make sure you are varying all the different variables. I like that.
Varying the different variables.
All the different variables of speech that can help you sound interesting. And those are things that Joyce and I do teach in our workshop.
Napaka-importante yung listening talaga to yourself. So if you are a business owner, you've got this presentation, you're selling property, for example, and you want to have this one presentation, record yourself, video even, para makita mo kung ano yung itsura mo, and you play it back. And do it a few times, but please, there is such a thing as over-rehearsing. Ang over-rehearsing din minsan, magkakaroon ka ng patterns because you're over-rehearsing. So you need to challenge yourself. Yes, I gotta listen to myself. I gotta video myself. I have to watch myself. Pero learn when to stop and just let go. And trust your instincts.
I mean, even when you have your speech or your presentation written down, and sometimes that's even harder when you have it written down, because we wind up just reading it, right? And you lose the essence of your message. And that's what I meant at the start, where you want to effectively deliver your message. A lot of us will sit there, we have our código, di ba? Nakalata yung código.
Ako yan, mahilig ako sa código.
And you're so nervous because you didn't do your foundational breath. You're so nervous that I just want to get through this. And you're just going to say, "Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's program. And today we're going to have a lot of special guests. We're going to learn about how to control the voice, how to breathe properly, how to be relaxed, and then you can do better at selling your product." Diba? I did fast like that, but you put no emotion in it. You took out the essence of your message. So when you want to do that, the best way to do it is to learn how to listen to yourself.
And watch yourself. Record and play back.
That's right. It's one of the things that we just don't do, either because we're not used to it or we...
Oh, I hate it. I really hate listening to myself. Up to now, and I've been working as a voice actor for the longest time, and I still kind of like,
Don't worry, hard. You're not alone.
You're
not alone. It happens to everybody.
Yes.
You have a beautiful voice. Learn to maximize it. It is a God-given voice. Nobody else in the whole world has the voice you have, neither physically nor emotionally. Nobody's gone through the experiences you have. Nobody's has the same body shape you have. And because of that, that makes your voice unique. And you need to learn how to maximize that. And when you do that, when you reconnect your voice to your body, spirit, and mind, then wow, the type of messages you can deliver, amazing.
Stay tuned for a few messages from the sponsors that made this episode happen.
Save time, effort, and cost with GreenTape. GreenTape is a multi-sector e-procurement platform that has been built for both small and large businesses. Add speed, accuracy, and transparency to your procurement process with GreenTape. Learn more about GreenTape via our website on www.greentape.sg.
Want to make your presentation wow with Canva? You can amaze the crowd. Want to brainstorm? Put your pencils down. Online whiteboards, ideas all around. Coming in hot with a Canva doc. Docs to decks, I like it a lot. Design a website quick in minutes. Canva videos too, one-stop shop. You can design with ease. Print with free delivery. Make your work feel like a breeze. Beautiful templates, yes please. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can get the job done. Play and have fun. What you design today at canva.com.
Streamline your business processes to elevate overall productivity and enhance management effectiveness with AutoCount Business Solutions. Visit AutoCount's website at ph.autocountsoft.com today to learn more.
As we've mentioned, we do workshops for big groups, small groups, individuals, but this time around we've got something really special happening on April 26th at the SMX Convention Center, Function Hall 5. And this is the first of its kind, and it is called
VoiceCon PH 2025. And you have to be there because we will be teaching a lot of our hacks and all our techniques on how to bring your most beautiful voice out. But we will also have guest speakers there like
Francis Kong,
Shinky Tan,
Real Talk Darbs,
Mike Pedero,
plus panelists like
Inka Magnaye. And we're also going to invite some voice doctors so that you can ask your voice questions and find out more about vocal hygiene and what are some bad speaking habits and everything voice. We are going to celebrate voice that day, April 26, 2025. It's a Saturday, so you have no excuse. You have to be there.
And for you, our friends in PhilSME, this is a great deal for you. Buy 5 and you'll get 1 ticket free. Go log on to voicecon.ph. You'll find all the information there, the schedule, all the guest speakers there, as well as
pictures of me and Ron. Which I don't think you're going to go there for that, but the tickets are there. We've got we reopened the VIP tickets because that got sold out, but we reopened it and made more space for
I know,
people.
it sounds like due to popular demand.
Due to popular demand, yeah.
But wait, there's more.
And there is more. We have the day pass, so you can go there for that day. And then if you're not here in Metro Manila or in the in the areas around Metro Manila, you can watch us online. We have webinar tickets for sale too. So check it out, voicecon.ph. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Oh, la, 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 la.
If you like this show, like and tap the follow button. Please feel free to leave us a review before you go, as this will definitely help more SME business owners in the Philippines. Thank you. Until the next episode,